Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute angels with Deco Mesh. This craft has been around a very long time, but I'm going to show you my take on it. I hope that you enjoy it and use it in your Christmas decor or all year round. Angels are a perfect way to share with other people and to just feel the love. So let's get started. Let's get started with our project. So I've been wanting to do one of these for a really long time. I know everybody has their take on it. I'm just showing you my take. I think this is one of those crafts that have been around for decades. And so what I'm going to do is show you what I would do with these little angel mesh. And I think they are cute and they would be pretty on a Christmas tree. They'd be pretty on a Christmas gift. They would be pretty or just thoughtful to give to a friend. And it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of money to make these. So what I'm going to do first is I have this cream colored mesh and then I had this leftover mesh. I can't really remember where I got this from, but because this has a jute in it, I won't be able to use my wood burner, so I'm going to use my rotary cutter for that. But I am going to use my wood burner for this one. You don't have to do it with this step. If you want to just kind of minimize your fraying, that's what I like to do. Remember, you should always be wearing a mask when you use a wood burner. So let's go over what we're doing here. We have a rotary cutter mat underneath. This is not a must-have, but it is a nice tool to have. You could always tape a ruler on your glass cutting mat and you could use that as your measuring as well. This is just a glass cutting board and this is a wood burner, and all of these items are in my Amazon shop. The links below, you can click on that and look under the list wreath making must-haves. So what I do is I just like to cut my mesh here with my wood burner. Does it get rid of the fraying altogether? No. Does it help it? Absolutely. It minimizes it and helps the look of your wreath. It just does. So to me, it's worth the investment of this. Is like 12 bucks. The glass is maybe 20. Sometimes the prices change on Amazon, so sometimes it could be cheaper. And you could always use like a cookie sheet as well. Just make sure you have a 10-inch mark that you know to cut. So I'm going to cut 6 of these cream colored mesh. This is 10 inches. We're cutting it at 10 inches. And then we're going to cut the other mesh. So for this mesh, I'm just going to take my rotary cutter here and I'm going to cut this 10 inches as well. What I do try to do is stay in between the lines of your mesh the best you can. Deco mesh is a little harder to do that with, and that's okay. Just do your best. It'll all come out in the end. So I want 6 of these cut at 10 inches as well. Okay, so let's get started with this project. Again, this is so simple. I'm going to take my fancy mesh first, and this is going to be for the wings part of our angel. And I'm just going to pull it, and then I'm going to come in the middle, and I'm going to hold it right there. We're going to do all 6 of these this way. And we're just going to layer them on top of each other. Kind of pull. Okay. Make sure, let's do this. Let's make sure that your layers are going down. You could, if you wanted to keep it all the same color, you would just need 12 cuts of 10 inches each, okay? All right, just gonna put them in there. There's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just gonna making it look pretty. This is gonna be a nice size too. You can almost just like meet these in the middle. Almost like a flower petal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my chip clip here. I'm going to take my chip clip and I'm just going to go like that. You know, you could also take a zip tie and go ahead and zip tie the middle. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this. We're going to pull it, and then come in the middle, okay? If you're having a hard time, if like what I'm doing, it's a little tricky. Let's do this. Let's take another chip clip and let's just put it in there, okay? And we're gonna add it to it. So that leaves our hands, you know, a little, we're gonna just keep adding it to it. These I think I got at the Dollar Tree. A clothespin pen. You know, you guys, I don't know, pen or pen. I say the wrong pen or pen. And it sounds, to me in my mind, it sounds the same. And it's so funny when you guys are like, do you mean pen or pen? I'm like, I mean, I'm not sure. It's just me. I grew up near West Virginia on the southern Ohio border. And so, you know, we just kind of have a little bit of an accent in some of my words still. I'm not as much as I mean, I watch videos from when I was in high school and I'm like, oh my goodness, I sound really southern. I know I don't sound like that anymore. But as you can see, I'm just throwing this in here. There's no rhyme or reason for me. And you know, you could probably do this with like maybe 10 pieces. My mesh went over there. So you could make it smaller. I just like this. I thought this would be a really nice full angel. So what you could do is you could zip tie this one and zip tie that, and then we're going to put it together. But I just figured I'm going to save a zip tie. So let's pull those all out. So I think it's pretty, very whimsical. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it with the top. I'm going to find, now you could use wire, you could use pipe cleaners. I just like a good old zip tie. I just feel like they're really, really helpful. So that's what I'm going to use. So let me run my zip tie through here and not lose it all. Nope. Okay. All right. I think that's really pretty. And in my mind, I almost feel like you could have added, I don't know, if we could add another section here and section here, you'd have a flower. So maybe that's something I'll do in the future. I have an idea that's just going to pop up in my head. You're just going to clip that off. So as I said before, I want this part to be my wing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the off-white cream colored mesh. Okay. I'm going to pull it down. And then this is when you'll like play with your mesh here. And I'm going to take another zip tie. Again, you could use a wire, you could use pipe cleaners. I just like zip ties, that's all. And about 3/4 of an inch to an inch down, I'm going to pull that really good. Make the zip tie. So this is the body of our angel, okay? How easy was that? I mean, your angel is almost done. Now you just are going to put all the embellishments on it. How easy is that? That's the basis of an angel. So at this point, you could go wild. You could decorate this any way that you want. I'm going to go find an ornament that's going to match this, and then we're going to fix this and maybe put a little bow on it and a little halo. So hold on. Okay, so this is like one of those projects where I get to get out some pretty things that I have that I've wanted to use, but I haven't had a project. So like this is like a really pretty ornament, and I feel like it just is going to make a nice touch to this angel. I think it's proportioned. You could go with maybe a little bit smaller, but I like it. So I'm just going to take out the little top here. And then I'm just going to take my glue gun, and I'm just going to put a really good amount of glue around this. And then I'm just going to have to hold the head onto the body here for a moment. Kind of got like a little bubble there. I Can you see the bubble? I don't know if you can see it. So I'm just gonna like hold it here for a few minutes and then come back when it is ready to go. Okay, so that needs to dry just a little bit, but it's getting there is my point. I'm gonna take this roping that I bought. I want to say last year. I don't know if that Hobby Lobby has it this year. It's a rose gold roping. It is 3/16 of an inch in diameter around here. So it's just a nice roping. So what I want to do first is I want to make a halo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop here, what I think would look nice. I think that, like, you're just going to kind of play with it. Now you could put this with a wire, but I really think that this is sturdy enough that I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to kind of cut off the excess here. Going to take a little zip tie. Just kind of make sure it, you know, isn't going to go anywhere. And so as you can see, it doesn't have wire in it, but I think it's going to be enough to be pretty. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this on the back of the bulb here. I'm just going to put the glue on this itself. And watch your fingers because at least my glue gun is pretty hot. So I'm going to kind of pull it down because we don't want to see it in the front. And then I'm going to add a little bit. I did add a little bit of glue up here. Let's see. I think it's going to be enough. And you could even add just a tap of glue. But I think that's just perfect. I think that's good. Let's move this out of the way. So I'm going to let this dry. Okay, so I think that's good. So let's talk about the body. So I really like this roping. So I think I want to just wrap it right here around our body. You could also do, I have some of this and I think I'm going to try to incorporate it in the next one I make. If you have some of these beads, I mean, just get creative. Do you have beads at home? Have you ever made jewelry and you have a lot of leftover beads? Maybe string some of those beads and wrap it around the body would be really pretty too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and we're just going to start the process here because I'm not really sure how much I'm going to start it. So just, we'll get this going and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that's not quite glued down, but it's good enough. So I'm just going to go around the body and just keep going around until I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm going to add a little bit of glue in the back here. I'm getting glue on my nails, but that's okay. Part of the issue is just trying to work with it here, okay? So I want to go all the way to the top, but I also I want to jump down a little bit maybe. I don't know, maybe we could just move it. There we go. I'll just move it down. Problem solved. I think that is so pretty. Oops. Let's move it down. Kind of get it, keep it looking the way I want it to look here. All right, I think that might, no, we can get around this another time. I think that's pretty. So I think that's enough. So I'm going to just pull it not too tight. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of more glue right here and then I'll hold it and cut it. Okay, so before we finish it off with the middle, I'm going to make something that we can hang our little angel from. I'm just going to take a zip tie. I'm going to run that zip tie through about half of those wings there, okay? Just about half. And then I'm going to connect it and we're going to make our own little loop. Then that way we've got somewhere for this little angel to be hung from, okay? And then you're just going to kind of say, all right, that. That's about right. And we can maybe just a little bit. And then that way we can hang it from that loop in the back, okay? So I'm just gonna clip that. I'm gonna turn it over. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little bow for right there. If you had like a little jewel, you could do a little jewel. If you had like a little tiny ornament, you could adorn this with a number of things. I'm gonna take this ribbon here. I think this is stuff I got at Joann's. I just like the gold and the cream in it. And we're gonna just do really, really simple bow. I actually have some actual gold wire. So instead of like, making a center for this bow, I'm just gonna use this wire. So I'm gonna cut off a piece of wire here. I think I got this at Michael's last year, so they might have it again. So I'll just cut off a piece. So we just need a little bow. We don't need anything really big. So I'm gonna cut, let's just do a 6-inch piece. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna cut it down anymore, I promise. But we're just going to go in here and meet in the middle. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue, just like the easy bow on my video. That's what we're doing here. Okay. And if you had like even smaller ribbon, that would be pretty too. So I'm gonna just take it and move this out of the way. And I'm just gonna like fold it a little bit like accordion style, okay? Because we just need a little bow. All right. Then I'm gonna take my wire, because it's gold, and I'm gonna wrap it. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a tail here. It's about that much, and then I'm just gonna wrap it. Wrap the middle. This does have wire in it. You know what? I'm gonna get some more because I think I need to wrap it over here some more too. So I'm just gonna grab some more. Just enough to go down there. And you know what? We can even cut the wires off. I'm gonna grab one of these dowels I have. You know how you always have something laying around? I'm thinking this will probably help. So I'm gonna run it through. Yeah. Kind of makes my bow look a little bit nicer. I think this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Oh, goodness. If you know a better way, do it your way, okay? But I think that's pretty. I'm going to just glue that right down in there. Put a little bit of glue on both sides here. I love my cordless glue gun. Again, it's in my Amazon shop. You see here. Move it. Yeah, I think I even like the fact that I added more of the wire on it because we needed a bigger center to kind of cover that. It is hot though. That wire, you know, retains the heat from the glue. But, oh, I think that's adorable. I think that's pretty. Now let's see, how big is this? So your wingspans are going to be about it's going to be about 16 inches to about 16 inches this way too. So it's about the same both ways, but I think that turned out really pretty. So now let's do this with the 6-inch mesh to make a even smaller version. Okay, so now we're going to do the smaller version, and I'm also going to show you the next video I post on this channel, probably tomorrow evening. I'm going to show you how you can incorporate this miniature angel into your gift wrapping so that you can kind of like jazz up your present giving and add a touch of something you made. And it just, to me, it's just like an added touch of love. So what I did is I took these, I know I said 6-inch rolls. Whenever I see these rolls, I always refer to them as 6-inch, even though they're like 5.5 inch. So this came from Hobby Lobby probably, But so you're going to cut 6 inches on these, and I cut out 14 pieces. I think I'm only going to use 12, but I did cut out 14 just in case. We're going to pull the ends away, and then we're going to just do exactly what we did for the other angel. Now this kind of gives you more of a petal look, and I like that. I think that would make a really pretty wreath, and I think I did this technique on a smaller wreath. So I'm going to do those, and I'm going to layer at least 12 of them just like I did the other angel, and then I will come back and we will put them together. So you can even hold them like this if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all 14 of those little pieces together. You could do 12, you could do 10 if you wanted. I'm gonna take my zip tie again, and I'm just going to connect it all here. And I'm not going to, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna tighten it all the way down yet. I'm going to hold this together and grab a pipe cleaner. So hold on. Okay, so I had one pipe cleaner near me, and I'm going to run my pipe cleaner through that so that this can be the little loop that we hang our little, you know, angel from, whether you put it on a tree or a Christmas package or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to flip it over. Isn't that pretty? I think that's so pretty. I think you could put a little ribbon and wrap that around that and put that on a gift. I think it would be really pretty. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, that would leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to do 6, 7. So I'm going to grab 7 from this side. And I'm going to grab 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. We're doing the same thing. And you know what? I'm going to add one more from each side. That'll be where those 2 extra ones go. All right. So I'm just going to kind of grab it, and you're going to do the same thing you did on the last angel. Take another zip tie. I'm going to find an ornament, and I'm going to glue it right here. So I'll have that done in the next clip because you know what to do. Okay, so I added the little bulb. This is like the size of a bubble gum ball out of those candy machines when we were kids. And then I wrapped around the body with the gold twine here. And instead of gluing this down, I'm just going to use my pipe cleaner here. I just want to kind of show you what I did. And I'm just going to twist it in that pipe cleaner. And then I don't need to add any more glue. So I'm just going to cut that. We still need a little halo. I haven't put the halo on there. So let's do the little halo. Again, I'm just going to use this twine, or roping is what it would be called, really. It's not twine. And I'm just going to kind of judge it here. I just think that's so cute. So I'm just going to cut. We can make it smaller here. There's a little thing. Now, what do we want to do right here? Again, you could do another little bow, but I have this little, trying to think here. I've got this and this. Now, I have a previous video. Yes, it's a big thing. But what I want you to use is something that you have on hand. If not, I have a video where I show you how to use this on a flower. I will link that down in the description box below. But I'm almost wondering, I think I'm going to add actually the silver just to kind of add. I have the gold. This is also in my Amazon shop under wreath making must-haves. I think you can get this, and oh my goodness, this will make a lot of centers for flower wreaths. So I'm going to just cut one of these. And you could use, if you had like little gems or something, but I think that this is just big enough that that will be perfect for the center of that angel, and then we're done. So I just think this was a quick, easy, this does not take a long time. Like I said, I did the wood burner to cut the mesh, so that took me a little bit more to wait for it. I think I need a little bit more glue, but you could use scissors, you could use a rotary cutter, it'll be just fine. But I think, ooh, that got hot. We've got this, that they can tie it. You can make a little loop or whatever. I'm going to leave it like this because I'm going to show you how to use this on a Christmas present in the next video that I post. So if you're watching this next year in 2021 or later, just look in my videos for Christmas stuff and you'll find it. So that looks so cute. I think that's adorable. And let's see, this is about 10 inches wide and about the same, a little bit shorter, but I think it's beautiful. I think you could use so many different things in the middle here. You could use pearls, you could use fabric cut in strips, you can use other decorative ribbon, but it just gives you something different. I think this would be beautiful on a tree, on a wreath, you name it, it would look really pretty. So here are the two that we did. I hope you enjoyed this quick, easy project. Angels are perfect all year long. They are a beautiful way to give somebody something that maybe you already have some mesh that you can't make a full wreath with. This is like the perfect project for that leftover mesh. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've made it this far, please leave me some sort of emoji. Maybe that's like an angel. I don't know if there's angel emojis, but if not, comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see me do next. And make sure you subscribe and hit that like button on this video if you enjoyed learning how to make these. This is the first time I've ever made these, and honestly, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed using the different meshes, and it's a great leftover kind of projects that you can make with. So join my group called Wreath Creators and More. Make sure you are following me here on YouTube because tomorrow night I'm going to have another video, and I'm going to show you how to make a great bow for wrapping your packages and add this little angel to it as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time in Julie's Wreath Boutique.